Mallory is a trailblazer in Indigenous business, supply chain development, and economic empowerment. As the founder and co-CEO of Indigenous Box, she has redefined Indigenous entrepreneurship by creating a scalable, high-impact business model that strengthens Indigenous supply chains, expands market access, and drives economic reconciliation. Mallory holds a supply chain management professional designation from Supply Chain Canada and a Bachelor of Commerce in Supply Chain Management from MacEwan University. She is a sought-after advisor and speaker, consulting for organizations like Global Affairs Canada, Supply Chain Canada, and the Government of Alberta. Mallory's global recognition includes invitations to speak at World Economic Forum in Peru or the G20 Summit in Brazil, and numerous high-profile industry panels. Her work bridges the gap between Indigenous entrepreneurs and corporate Canada, ensuring that Indigenous businesses are not only included in modern commerce, but are positioned as essential contributors and leaders in the global economy. In recognition of her tremendous accomplishments, Mallory Yawnghwe has been conferred a NorQuest College Honorary Diploma in Indigenous Entrepreneurship. Congratulations, Mallory.
Greetings, everyone. I'm honored to receive this recognition, and as a thank you, I wanted to share a few words with all of you. Story is powerful. It shapes us, the ones we hear, the ones we repeat, and the ones that we claim as our own. For many of us, the stories we've been told by society, by people who didn't believe in us, and too often by our own inner voice of doubt, who all tried to shrink our potential to fit their own expectations. They suggested that we wouldn't make it, that we weren't smart enough or strong enough, that spaces like this, colleges, lecture halls, convocation stages, weren't meant for people like us. But we're here, in our caps and our gowns, with our family and friends watching, authors of our own futures. This moment didn't happen by accident. You showed up. You worked hard. You stayed when it got hard. And maybe you even questioned if you could keep going, but you did. Today, you proved that the stories you were told don't define you. But like all milestones in life, today is a beginning as much as it is an ending. When I started my post-secondary education, it was one of the hardest things I had ever done. There were times when I felt finishing felt impossible. I learned that the feeling of being up against something insurmountable never goes away. The truth is, as your capacity grows, so do your challenges. Even if every next step you take is the hardest you've ever taken, now you know what you're capable of. Because you've just done something you once thought impossible. That's growth. Preparing for today, I was reminded of my journey here. It was a long road and not easy, and at times seemingly impossible. But something inside of me refused to quit. It told me that things will get better and change takes time. Looking back, I realized that bit by bit, with every effort, every minimum wage job I worked, every paper I submitted at 11:59, every time I showed up when I was unsure, I began to reclaim what was always mine. My power, my voice, my belonging. That's why standing here today, receiving this honorary diploma, means means so much, not only as a personal honor, but as an honor that I share with my family who are in the audience today, and with all those whose teachings I carry with me into every room I enter, my community. The work I do today is a reflection of my community's teachings, and I accept this recognition not just for myself, but for all of us. Thank you to NorQuest for this honor, and thanks to all of you for sharing your space with me today. Today, you join a community of leaders who will change the world in big ways and small, whether in your workplace, your home, your community, or in the next quiet conversation where you remind somebody else that they too are capable. Your impact will matter. And I want you to remember this. You are not here by mistake. You earn this. You belong in every room you walk into next. So walk tall, speak proudly, take up space. And whatever story lies ahead, make sure it's one you write yourself. Because you are not the story they wrote for you. You are the author now. So write boldly, write with love, and write something that only you can. I'm grateful to you all.